Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am the Urban Witch, and in today's video, we're going to DIY a couple of ghost lanterns for Samhain. Samhain is the ancient Celtic festival marking the end of the harvest season and the beginning of winter. It is celebrated on October 31st to November 1st. It is believed to be a liminal time when the veil between the world of the living and the world of the dead is at its thinnest. And because of this, ghosts, spirits, and ancestors were thought to be able to cross over more easily. Ghosts symbolize the souls of loved ones returning to visit the living, and they can also represent unresolved energies or spirits who have not moved on. Some families would set places at the table, light candles, or leave offerings of food to welcome those spirits. In my case, I always have an ancestor's altar in my home that I decorate depending on the festival that I am celebrating. My favorites among the 8 festivals are Samhain and Yule. So at those times, you can expect that my altar is decorated. Anyway, going back to today's project, the materials that I'm going to be using are the following. First, these 2 black metal lanterns. They're both from the Dollar Tree. This one is priced at $5 and the small lantern is priced at $3. Next, we have, I have to move this a little bit. Next, we have this flexible chopping mats. Can you see that? I bought 2 sets. I think each set is made up of 2 pieces. Yeah, that's correct. We have 2 pieces per set. And then we have to have a roll of strong adhesive tape. So I picked this one and this one. I'm not sure which is stronger. Or I can also use a glue gun, of course, with a glue stick. And then a black marker. I just have a Sharpie, a pencil, a pair of scissors, and I also have a couple of printouts, of ghost faces that I'm going to trace on the mats or on these chopping mats because I do not have the skill of drawing the faces on my own. So I got these 2 pages. And I also forgot to tell you that we are going to be using a ruler and of course candles inside, to use inside these lanterns. I have the battery operated candle. This one is the smallest one, and the next size is the medium. I have the large one on my counter, but I think this one would fit. This the large metal lantern. Alrighty, I guess that's everything that we're going to be using for this project, so let's begin. After taking the mats out of their packaging and removing the tags on the lanterns, the first step is to trace the shape of the lantern opening. You have to trace on the matte side of the chopping mats, because if you do it on the other side, which is the glossy side, you will not be able to see the pencil marks. So I've tested it already, and you have to do it on this side. So you have to do it 3 times because we're going to cover up 3 sides of each of the lanterns, but we're going to leave the 4th side open. That way we can put in the candle of our preference inside, whether it's a tea light candle or the battery operated candle. That's the reason why we have to keep one of the sides open. Next, I use my ruler to draw about 1 inch of a rectangular outline outside the lantern's original opening shape. And this is where we're gonna cut. We're not gonna cut around here. We're gonna cut on the outside frame, because these parts are the ones that's gonna be attached by a tape in the internal frames of each of the lantern. Then we can start cutting. Here are the 3 sides for my small lantern. The next thing that I'm gonna do is to trace the face of one of the ghosts from my printouts. Alrighty, so I did a test trace of the different facial expressions of the ghosts that I have, and I think I'm gonna go with this one for the small lantern, and this will go on the big lantern. I also want to show you that I am able to attach the 2 sides of the small lantern, and that's how it looks on the inside. I just use adhesive tapes to attach the panels, and the reason for that is I wanted to be able to use the same lantern for another craft, maybe for Yule or another festival. That way I don't keep on buying lanterns. I wanted the panels to be detachable. Alright, my magical friends, here are the finished ghosts lanterns. I have to switch to a battery operated tea light candle for this small one because it doesn't fit the pillar candle that I showed you earlier. Now, if you prefer to draw pumpkin faces instead of ghosts, you can do that too. So that's it for this project. I hope this is something that you can do and use for decoration if you are somebody who celebrates Samhain or Halloween. Kindly click the like button and subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed yet. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!